Hey guys! It has been so long since I have seen some of you. So Jenny reached out to me a couple of weeks ago and asked me if I would do one of these video devotion things for you guys. And I thought that sounded excellent because it's talking and helping, and those are my two most favorite things. But I wasn't really quite sure what she wanted me to do, so I asked, and she said to talk about something that God has been teaching me in quarantine. Two things. One, I was raised by two teachers. Two, I got saved at 16 and am, as Anne Lamott says, about 3 months from slapping an aluminum Jesus fish on the back of my car. Those two things combined mean that I could tell you what God has been teaching me from the way that bookshelf is positioned. A 3-month period in which the world is practically on fire and we're all isolated with absolutely nothing to do except be our messy, lovely selves, has stolen and gifted about 70 different things for me. The funny thing about timing and God and messy, lovely selves is that when Jenny reached out to me about this, it was a couple of days after I started really struggling in something that's been a really big part of my life for my entire life. To paraphrase Edna St. Vincent Millay, she says that they say that life is one thing after another, and it's not true. Life is one thing over and over and over. I heard that quote years ago, and it still rings really true for me. This is my one thing over and over and over. And so when Jenny asked me to do this, I wasn't really feeling my best, and my brain started spinning anyway, and working anyway, and writing anyway, all of these beautiful, enlightened messages about things that are revealed when we get still, and how those things don't want to hurt us, but just want to grow and build something with us. And these are true things, and maybe I will write that someday. But I also called my best friend to tell her that I felt like a freaking hypocrite. And I didn't have any idea what I was going to do or what I was going to say, because I had too many lessons and not enough truths that felt tangible to me. I do my best to live my life based on Anne Lamott's philosophy that when people ask for you, they want you. She speaks about that when a friend of yours is grieving and reaches out for you, you don't have to know the perfect or right things to say and do. You just have to show up as yourself, because that was all that you were asked of in the first place. And if your people wanted perfect and right, then they would go to perfect and right. When you ask for me, you get honesty and Glennon Doyle quotes. That is all that I have to offer. And so what I wanted to talk to you guys about is Glennon Doyle's definition of faith. She says that her favorite definition of the word faith is a belief in the unseen order of things. So the seen order of things are the things that we see on the news and at the dinner table and at work and on the streets. And it's all that we have ever known. It's all that exists to us that we can see. But yet there's this tug of, wasn't it supposed to be more beautiful than this? There's no reason why we think that we can have better relationships, better schools, better religious institutions, better social justice, better care, but all evidence to the contrary, we do. Life is one thing over and over and over. Sometimes lots of things over and over and over. Personally, I've never known different. These beliefs, these fears, these mental struggles, these compulsions, they are all that I have ever seen. This is what is safe and comfortable and also slowly killing me. And that it's daunting and hard sometimes, and sometimes you do just want to say whatever then and do whatever you want to do to give in to them. But there's that tug. There's that belief in the unseen order. There's that faith. It was supposed to be more beautiful than this. I have raging blind faith in the person that I was meant to be. And I believe fiercely that that girl is worth protecting rather than deteriorating. And so when it is one thing over and over and over, and I just want to sit quietly in what I've always known, I don't. We've all become very familiar in the last few months with sitting still, with being confronted with what is at once all too new and all too common at the same time. My hope is that you maintain wild faith in a future that is worth fighting for. John chapter 20, verse 29 says, Jesus said to him, "Have you believed because you have seen me? Blessed are those who have not yet seen and yet have believed." Okay, I hope to see you soon.